starting.
And we are live.
Nice.
Hello, YouTube.
Greetings.
It's always good to go live on the YouTubes.
Yeah, it's easy with the Google Hangouts functionality because OBS, like, I can't figure it out.
Oh,
What I'm
this
thinking-
shit's confusing as hell.
What I think I've figured out is that you have to have like a VPN to where the bandwidth is totally open to not get any of that delay.
Damn.
Really?
Because your host provider, like the internet company, they kind of cap your shit sometimes to where you're not getting what you're supposed to be getting.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna let some of y'all roll in before we introduce our guest and ourselves. Of course, we have a wonderful little interview planned.
Yeah. Currently, there's 19 people jumped on so far.
Okay. When do you want to start? About 25, 30? Up to you.
We'll start in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Let people find their feet. What's up, everyone in the chat?
Who we got in here anyway? Let's see. Shattered Perfection, how you doing? Two Geeky Girls, Edgar Sanchez, Chubzilla, Michael Long, Captain Casual, Brian and Wendy's Creepy Corner, Victoria, hello. Brian. Everyone's here, everyone's popping in. Damn, okay.
Chubzilla.
Everyone's hopping in.
Godzilla's our boy.
Yeah.
Yes, that dude's fucking talented as hell.
Yeah, before we start, Chubzilla, he's a designer that works on Instagram, and he is so freaking good, man. He's so good. He made my recent channel logo in like a day and a half, and it's fucking killer, man.
Dude, David Art. Wait, you want us to call you Art or David? We got two Davids in here now.
David works, yeah.
Okay.
So
Go ahead,
I'm fine.
Cheeto David, you could be Cheeto David. David.
They call me Dave at work because there's too many
It's so
Davids at
funny
work, so you can go that route too.
All right, Dave and David, fuck it.
Because we've got David H. Thornton, and we also have David H. So we can't win.
Confusing.
This might get a little.
Yeah, I have to go by David Howard Thornton because like there's another David Thornton that's SAG. He's actually married to Cyndi Lauper.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, yeah.
Wow.
What's
Yeah.
up, Larry?
He was Rachel McAdams' dad in The Notebook, if you ever saw that.
Dude, Rachel
Right?
McAdams is
Yeah,
so
I know exactly who that is. He's
Yeah,
married to
he's
Cyndi
awesome.
Lauper. Wow.
Rachel McAdams is fucking gorgeous, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, so I guess we'll start the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are here for a special Friday night episode of Hot Cheetos and Blood. We are joined by our very, very special guest, Mr. David Howard Thornton, who everyone knows as the new face in horror, Art the Clown, from the fantastic 2018 movie Terrifier. And everyone in this chat loves Terrifier because we actually reviewed Terrifier a couple of months ago, and it was receiving some high scores when we rated it. So welcome to David. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much for having me. Glad to be here.
You are actually our first guest. On
Yes,
the show
first guest.
Also.
Sweet.
And we've always talked about bringing guests on one day, and when I reached out to you and you were like, "Fuck yeah, I'll be a guest." Hell yeah! I was like, "What a hell of a first guest for sure." Yeah, we're fixing to dig right into the fucking film and everything.
Well, why don't we start with you telling us a bit about yourself, your sort of beginnings, and what's brought you to now, pretty much.
Well, I was born on a cold November morning, and as a poor black child.
Oh, shit.
That's weird. I don't need everybody to go all Roseanne Barr on me. I know that's from the
No,
movie.
this show has a reputation of being rated NC-17, so you can say whatever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well, fuck
sure.
Say what the hell you want.
Go as hard as you want, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm originally from Huntsville, Alabama. I grew up doing theater and stuff like that. I actually got a degree in teaching though, but decided to switch gears in my last year of college after my mom passed away. So I was like, I might as well do what I want with my life, do something I love doing. So I gave up teaching and moved up to New York to try my hand at acting, and so far so good.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Was this your first? Was Terrifier your first film, or did you have something like a little?
Yeah, this was my first feature film that I've ever done. I've done a few little things here or there, like some commercials when I first moved here that were only seen in Asia, of all places.
Oh wow.
Done a lot of theater, done a lot of voiceover work for like cartoons and video games. But yeah, Terrifier was my first feature film.
Nice. I saw on your YouTube channel there was it was like a song, and it was different Looney Tunes characters.
Yeah,
I believe.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. That was fantastic.
I did Let It Be is all the Warner Brothers. I called it Let It
Yeah.
Be.
That was so good, man.
Oh, that was fun. That was so much fun to do. It's like I was really I grew up just loving like Mel Blanc back in the day when I found out he did all the Looney Tune characters. So I was like, I want to learn how to do that. So I kind of just self-taught myself all these voices over the years.
That's fucking cool, man.
Like,
All right, guys.
yeah, I figured.
So
Well, I saw this one guy. I can't remember his name right offhand, but he does a lot of Disney characters, and he did like Let It Go with all these Disney characters. I'm like, I might as well do my own version of that. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do it with the Warner Brothers characters. So take that. He still has a lot more views than I do.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. It does.
All right. So how do you want to do this? Who wants to go first with that? Asking, do y'all want to go like one at a time questions? We just unload on them. How do you want to do it?
Yeah, we just go in a circle. If you want to do the honor, sir, go for it.
Yeah, when you go, Al.
Go. Okay. All right. I'll fucking jump right in. I'll leave the more dank shit towards the end, and I'll give you the regular stuff at first. All right. There we go. So, first question here I have is, how do you feel when people say that Art the Clown in 2018's Terrifier was a better clown than 2017's Pennywise?
I'm flattered. I'm just like, that was like one of my big, huge worries going in was how people were going to like react to my version of Art versus the original Art, Mike Gianelli's portrayal. So it's like, oh God, I better not Leto this.
Oh, no shit, right?
Yeah.
Comparison.
Yeah, so it's like, hearing that kind of stuff makes me happy. I'm like, because I thought, Mike did a fantastic job when he played Art. He originated the character. I literally had big shoes to fill. So yeah.
Well, I know whenever because the new It movie came out, it was really anticipated, box office, fucking blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was all over its fucking nuts, and then your movie comes out, and to be honest, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that because I was so hungover. I was so on like Pennywise. So I love Bill Skarsgård's character. And finally, I watched Terrifier, and I have to agree. Your portrayal, as far as clowns go, was way better than Pennywise.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was great. You did a really good job.
Thank you. I was, that's quite a compliment. I mean, I thought Bill did a fantastic job in Pennywise, especially because he had to kind of do what I had to do, or he had to take over the role for an iconic guy too. With Tim Curry, he had big shoes to fill too. So it's like, and he brought his own thing to it. So I got to give him respect.
It's like one of the Hot Chills and Blood followers, Mike's Horror Corner, says he also likes your portrayal better than Pennywise as far as clowns go. A lot of people are actually saying that now. It's actually popular to say that.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You'd be fucking surprised. Who wants to go next?
Well, they're totally different characters too. It's just like,
not only that, but there was a budget too. The It movie had a fucking $1 million-something budget.
Oh,
I don't know how much was y'all's budget?
Ours was not even six figures.
No shit.
Oh wow.
And y'all fucking. Oh no shit! That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that just shows the talent of our crew, especially Damien. because he ended up doing all the practical effects himself. I think that's what saved a lot of money was that, and also we didn't build sets. We actually went to real locations and shot in actual genuine places. So like the nastiness you see in these buildings, that was actually already there.
Oh wow!
Like that bathroom looked just like that.
Damn.
Wow.
That's fucking
Yeah.
genuine, though.
Holy
That's genuine
shit.
though. All right. You want to go next, David, I guess?
Yeah. So I want to know, did you have to watch the movie All Hallows Eve multiple times to get you prepared for the character? And also, were there other clowns out there besides, Pennywise that maybe inspired you to, build the character Art the Clown in your own way?
Oh yeah. I watched All Hallows Eve about 2 or 3 times just so I could get the basic gist of the character. I did a lot of that right before I auditioned for it, so I knew what they were looking for when I went in. But of course, I watched it again after, where it's just like, okay. I see what Mike's doing there, and now how can I improve upon what he's already done and evolve the character in some ways and stuff like that. As for other inspirations, of course, another clown character I would say I'm pretty much inspired from is the Joker. I mean, he's like my favorite villain of all time. And I play him on a YouTube series as well called Nightwing Escalation. That's in the 3rd season right now. So I was able to put a little bit of Mr. J in there. But I mean, more so, I was more inspired by like the old I would say physical comedy actors and silent film actors like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, Harpo Marx, also like Jim Carrey, of course. Doug Jones was a big influence. Rowan Atkins was a huge influence on me too. It's Mr. Bean. I used to watch those movies all the time.
I grew up on
and
that.
Also, I would say my biggest source of inspiration is my buddy Stephen Carl, who you might know as Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. I was his understudy for 5 years on the national tour of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical, where he played the Grinch.
Oh, really?
So I got to just learn from a master at the craft. I mean, he is a human cartoon character. He is the best I've ever seen at clowning. And so I learned from the best. And, I would have several moments on set where I was just like, geez, what do I do here? And I'll just go, what would Stefan do? And then I'm like, okay, I know what to do now.
Yeah.
I'll just get his little wacky frame of mind. I'm like, okay.
I noticed how.
So, and also Robert Englund's portrayal as Freddy Krueger was a big influence too.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he understood how to mesh, like, horror and humor at the same time very well. So I just kind of, put all that in my head and made some kind of weird, like, villainous frappe of it all.
Yeah, I totally see that. I was noticing how you were talking about the Joker as an inspiration. I noticed, looking at the clown with the big, deep smile being very Joker-ish. And that's where I see that as the Joker.
Yeah, I think Damien got some of the look from both Joker and Freddy Krueger, really.
Right.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of both in art.
What you got, Joan?
Yeah. What were your thoughts on tackling such a dark character? Did you have to yourself go to like a dark place to portray the character, kind of like Heath Ledger when he went to do the Joker in Dark Knight? Was there any of that involved when you were getting ready to portray Art the Clown?
No, not really. I'm not that type of actor. I can easily get in and out of character. I do a lot of research beforehand, and then I've already just practiced that kind of stuff on my own, so I can just snap in and out if I need to. The hardest thing for me was getting actually violent with like my co-stars. My first night, especially, I was so afraid of choking Jenna. And you probably noticed it in the scene where I'm choking her, and it's one of those takes where I'm like, I wish I hadn't used that take. I think it's like the only workable take they had, where it looks like my hands are hovering. I'm like, oh no. I actually a take. I thought they were just filming her face, and so I wasn't actually choking her. But she's like, no, go ahead. Like, especially where I had to like put my thumbs on her eyes. I know how I am about anything with my eyes.
Yeah,
I hate my eyes. So I was like, I don't want to hurt you. She's like, no, go ahead and do it because that gives me something to work with. So I was like, okay, just let me know. But, by the end of this, I was so used to this kind of stuff. I was like, oh, you want me to pull Sam's hair? Okay, how hard? Okay, cool. Are you okay with Sam? Yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay.
No shit. Damn.
It's weird how I evolved like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it definitely evolves into the infamous Saw scene. He certainly evolved into that.
Oh, that was fun because I actually got to saw that the dummy in half.
Oh yeah,
Not Catherine, but the actual.
yeah, that's really a good.
Catherine's actually a brilliant person. She is awesome. I didn't want that to be misconstrued. Oh, he called her a dummy. No.
that was a fucking unique kill, man. Very unique.
Oh yeah.
Never seen
I have to hand it to Catherine. I mean, that night was pure hell for her because it was about 20 degrees that night in that room. And she was naked and had to hang upside down so much. I mean, we would only let her hang upside down for like 30 seconds at a time.
Right.
And we had this rig and stuff like that so she could lie back on it. But still, I mean, doing that over and over and over again when you're freezing cold and you're exposed like that, you got all this blood all over you. It's not easy. It's really not easy. Plus, when she was making the mold for the body, they forgot to put the releasing agent on. So she got stuck in the mold, so they almost had to take her to the ER.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, she went through hell.
But it was worth it.
She went through hell.
Definitely worth it.
Never complained. Never she was such a professional and a trooper and everything, because I think she understood that as scary and crazy as this scene was, that is going to be the scene everybody was going to talk about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, she was totally into the art of it. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Let me see what
It's
I
crazy
got.
because I was in Scotland at the time. I was visiting family in Scotland, and while I was gone, I had pre-ordered the Blu-ray, and it arrived when I was in Scotland, and I was on Hangouts with these guys and a couple of others, and they were just like, "Have you seen Terrifier yet?" And I was like, "No." I feel so so much passion for this movie that I don't want to just watch it online just so that I can say that I've seen it. I want to go home and I want to sit and just watch it and enjoy it. And that's exactly what I've done. But that's the one scene that they were telling me about. They're like, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's unique. I'm like, okay.
Almost unique.
Almost unique. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was a guy, but that was a bad joke. Oh.
All right, let's see.
Womp womp.
Is it Michael or David? David go?
Yeah, you go, Al.
All right, let's see. All right, how does it feel whenever you see custom figures or even a bust or just anything to do with toys or art of you as that figure? How does it feel to fucking see that shit?
Oh, I freaking love it. I'm such a geek myself. I have all these little figures around my TV of all these Marvel characters and video game characters. So I love that kind of stuff. That's always been one of my dreams, is to actually have an action figure of some character I play. So it's so cool seeing that people are, since we haven't actually gotten any of that kind of stuff made, by us yet, it's so cool seeing fans actually creating this stuff. I think one of my favorites is someone stitched together a plush version of art, and it's fantastic. Even has a little knife in its hand and everything. It's this is fantastic. The busts are awesome. All these tattoos, all this, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I'm hoping like Funko Pop and NECA and all that kind of stuff are going to get on the ball now and actually make them licensed.
I hope so too, because man, it's definitely, once the movie dropped, it was just it's still everywhere. I see it every fucking on social media. So hopefully someone picks it up. That'd be awesome.
I hope so. They'd be foolish not to.
Can you imagine a NECA Terrifier figure? That'd be nuts.
God, I would love that. Comes with his own little garbage bag,
Yes.
Whole assortment of toys. Or toys.
Toys.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would buy that, man. There's probably gonna be once the the Pennywise ones drop, there's probably going to be a lot of people making molds out of the Pennywise Ultimate and turning them into Art the Clown figures. Like, because right now it's kind of people use random parts to make these custom figures, but once the 1990 Pennywise NECA Ultimate drops, I reckon that's going to be a big, especially for the body.
Yeah.
They're gonna use that to make their own figures, man. And I'm excited for that.
So cool. I mean, I've always loved in the past looking up like custom figures and stuff like that. It's just like I even saw like someone made a custom Lego figure of art a few months ago, and I was like, that is so freaking cool.
Everyone,
I was like, that is.
That's what everyone in the chat. The questions y'all are asking for him. Whenever we're done asking ours, I imagine we're gonna go back and just ask them all these questions. You have a bunch of people asking shit. So
yeah, a lot of great questions in the chat so far.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and read every single one of them before we burn off. So, all right, David, you go.
Oh, David, we can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right.
There we go.
Oh, that David.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was it to maneuver that tricycle?
Oh my God! It wasn't even a tricycle; it was an actual bicycle.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was an actual little miniature bicycle. When they first showed it to me, I died laughing. I'm like, you expect my big ass, skinny ass to fit on that thing? That this 6'2" body of mine, you especially with those big, huge waffle stomper feet that I had to wear.
Yeah.
Bitches were huge, man.
I took some, I had to practice on it, but I got it going. That thing was challenging. I was like, that crash you see is a real crash. I was falling over so much. We had a hard time filming because we're all laughing so hard.
Oh, I bet.
We had so many takes where we had to stop because something would happen and we'd all just start cracking up. It was just like, it was so much fun though. It was like, I hope I get to write it again in a future film.
That's probably going to be like one of the staples. It's going to be the saw, the little miniature bike, and the detachable titties.
Yeah,
Maybe a
I
neck
gotta have a
figure. It's going to be detachable titties, a small tiny bike, and a saw and a garbage bag.
That's fucking
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Little bitty bicycle.
Little itty bitty bicycle.
What you got, John? John, you got anything dank, man? What you got?
Not really dank, but I've got a fuck, marry, kill if you want to do that. And this is a difficult one. So fuck, marry, kill. Elvira, Lily Munster, and Morticia Adams.
Oh wow. I would say.
There we go.
Kill Lily Munster. She's kind of Fuck Elvira. Because I mean those kids. Yeah, and then marry Morticia because you look at the marriage she and Gomez had. That's love, true. Man.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Man, that's good. I didn't even think about that. That is love.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks about the fucking. You don't see the love though. Like they had serious fucking love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was real love there. That's yeah. Nice. We all could have the romance that Morticia and Gomez had, man.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's what we all aspire to.
Yeah.
You ain't lying. I want the house too. Shit.
I start to think that I want love in the future, but then I remember I have Pornhub, so I just forget about it.
David loves Pornhub, man.
I have a rewards membership card.
Do you get a free blowjob after every 10 views?
After every 20 views. They up the ante a little bit. They made me work for it a little bit harder.
Oh, that's like 2 days.
Aww.
Yeah, that's like 2 days for you, David.
Yeah.
I can make that happen in 24 hours.
Oh shit!
It's chafing.
Oh yeah.
Bust out the gold bond on that fucking.
That's why I have like an industrial can of chapstick right here on the left side.
Is it medicated though?
Unfortunately, it's not.
Oh, that's fucking.
Oh,
It's just for lube.
oh.
All right, let's see. I got a couple more questions. So there. Okay, so this is this quick little, I guess, shout out type of thing. There, you have a huge. You have this chick who has a huge fucking crush on you on Instagram. You might even know who I'm talking about. It's like she's like super in love with you. Her name is Sick Wicks.
Oh yeah,
You know all about Sick Wicks?
I know all about Sickwick. She's awesome.
So
She actually did our one of our the artwork for the insert of the
That's right.
the Blu-ray.
Oh wow.
shit. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's talented too.
Super.
I
talented.
I actually think she's like kind of like the new Elvira.
I was on Instagram. I followed her, and this is, I think, Terrifier didn't even come out yet. It wasn't even released, and that's it's strangely, unfortunately, she's actually the one that I fucking learned about Terrifier because she posted it so fucking much, and yeah, I told her I was gonna say, yeah, she has a massive crush on you. I said I'm gonna tell him that shit.
Yeah.
So you got anything you want to say to her? Because I'm gonna send her the link to the video when we're done.
Love you, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Did she not do the artwork for the vinyl as well?
Yeah. She is like super talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad we're not in the same city.
I'm the same as Al. I learned about Terrifier from her
Yeah,
because she was.
she
big
did a
enough.
lot. She did a lot of publicity for us. I mean, it's like
Okay.
I would love to see if we could actually get her in like one of the sequels or something, at least for a cameo. I think.
That would be dope.
That would be.
I'm sure
dope.
she'd fucking lose her shit on that. That'd be dope. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like a cameo kill or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Gets hit by a car or something fucking crazy.
Yeah. Hit by a little tricycle.
Yeah.
A bicycle.
Beat her ass with a
Bicycle.
bicycle. Dude, that's a good idea. Beat her ass with a bicycle. Like, that'd be cool.
You didn't wear a helmet.
All right, David, here you go, bro.
Oh my go. All right. So are there everybody has, well, not everybody, but a lot of actors, musicians, they got superstitions, they've got before rituals that they, get into character. Do you have any of these, pre-game rituals that you do?
Yeah, it's a very simple thing. I just do it to my mom, where I just, blow her a kiss and do the I love you sign in sign language. This is the whole thing we used to have between the two of us.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's every time I go right in for an audition or go on right before I go on stage or anything like that, I always do that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my truth. It's not like, superstition or anything. It's just, my shout out to her.
Gotta show mom some love.
Exactly.
Everyone gotta love their mama, man.
I love my mama.
You only got one.
Yep.
That's it.
Very true.
Well, some people have two, but
Who is Eric Hartman's mom? Sorry.
Oh my
All right, Johnny boy.
So if Art the Clown could say one thing, what do you think he would say?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm about to Photoshop a picture of Art the Clown, and that's what the words are gonna say on the side.
All the Art the Clown memes now.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Make it all philosophical. Make it like philosophical and shit. That'd be funny. All right.
Very subtle.
Yeah.
Very subtle.
Oh yeah.
Almost like who's that fucking deaf blind chick? Was that Helen Keller?
Helen Keller.
Oh yeah.
So like, it would say something. If she had just one thing to say, I'm gonna do that with like Art the Clown. If she had only one thing to say, this is what it would say at the very bottom. Shut the fuck up. All right. So
Funny story. My grandmother actually met with Helen Keller way back in the day to like teach my aunt. My aunt's deaf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause I'm from Alabama, so that's a common thing down there.
Shit.
But I still do Helen Keller jokes. So that's okay.
Okay, I just worried there. I started to feel
Oh
bad.
no, don't worry. Oh God, no. See, I scared you for a second. You're like, oh
You did,
God,
you did.
oh, hell.
I was like,
My
oh,
favorite
crap.
one is the one like, why did Helen Keller's dog commit suicide?
Oh, God,
You
no,
would
no.
too if your name was. I'm going to hell.
All right.
Fuck.
That's fucking funny. All right.
I'm getting hate mail for that. Oh God, I had a Roseanne Barr moment.
No, I don't think you'll get.
Yeah, we've all Roseanne barred at one point. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm sure Netflix will pick it up.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, Art the Clown. So let's say you go home, you're about to pop a horror movie in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, what are your go-to snacks for watching a scary movie?
I love. There are two types of ice cream. I'm a big ice cream nut. I love cookie dough ice cream, and there's also this like Haagen-Dazs flavor that is like white chocolate with raspberry and dark chocolate truffle in it. It's awesome.
Shit.
That stuff's awesome. That's my go-to snack.
Ice cream. You're a big ice cream guy?
Yeah, I love ice cream.
Okay.
I used to work at Baskin Robbins. This is way back in the day, and so like I noticed like different people had with different personalities got certain flavors. So it was like a personality test for me. Anytime someone orders something like, "Oh, so you're this type of person," I see.
You could tell someone's personality
yeah.
by the ice cream that they chose.
Oh yeah.
That's
fuck.
interesting.
Yeah.
I need to look that up. I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
I need to look
The best one was at one point we had this flavor called Honest to Good Nuts. And this is Alabama when I was working there. And you get these, some guys that would come in like, yeah, I want a cup of that. And I'm like, which one? That. They're like, which one? I'm like, man, don't make me say that. Like, come on, I don't know which one you're pouring. I was like, yeah, I'll have a cup of your good nuts. I was like, gotcha.
Got him.
Oh, that's a good slogan.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, who the hell came up with the name for this flavor?
All
I have
right.
a cup of your good nuts. Yes, you will.
You got
Yes,
anything
you
else,
will.
David? You got another one?
I do. So,
Funny as fuck.
if a girl asks you to bang her in full character, makeup, costume, everything, would you pull that off?
Yeah, she's willing to wait 4 hours to put me all that on.
I think the right person will wait.
Yeah.
I think Sick Wicks will wait for you.
Yeah.
He probably helped me put it on too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There we go. Sick Wicks, when you watch
That's-
this, pick this guy up.
Yeah. Hook it up.
That's good.
So my next question is about the scene in the bathroom where the wall's all covered in shit. Shit art.
Yeah.
Was that real shit? And if not,
No,
what
art
the
did
fuck
not.
was that shit?
No, it was like pudding, and like I think they put some bits of like since we're filming in the pizza parlor, they had to use what was around there, and they put bits of pizza crust in there to give it the lumpy texture.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
And that was a real pizzeria you were in, right?
Yeah. Out there on Long Island.
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
God.
pizza too.
So
The owner of the place is terrified of clowns too, so that was fun because he would always be there when I showed up on set. He's like, no.
No.
Like one night he was having his like staff meeting, and I just snuck up behind him and just stood there like listening to the meeting, and he like turned around and just freaked out. It was fun.
fuck. Let's see. Has
I love scaring people.
Speaking of that shit that David asked about being in the clown costume and fucking some chicks or whatever, Do you think that has any women like came to you, whether social media or even in person, with like a clown fetish, like they were fucking feeling that shit?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about that?
Especially someone on like Twitter that has her own like page where she does all that kind of stuff. So it's like, oh wow.
Yep.
Like, you know,
I can vouch for that because I've seen that.
Yeah, everybody has their own thing.
Yep. Me personally, I wouldn't fuck a clown. Because I get a complex if they were just sitting there laughing at me the whole time. I'd get a complex.
What about what if it's
now? What if you went down on them? Would they taste funny?
They'd probably taste like funfetti.
Okay. So what about Suicide Squad's Harley Quinn when she's in that black and red like outfit for like that real quick second in Suicide Squad?
Mm-hmm.
I'd fuck that all day.
Oh yeah.
All day.
Oh, Harley! I love Harley Quinn. I'm just like, oh, but still my heart.
Oh yeah. Just weird. I like the Batman Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn from that.
In the nurse outfit.
Oddly attractive.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Oh yeah.
Now I gotta go check this out.
Way to go, Mr. J.
Way to go, Puddin'.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you remember that scene, David? Suicide Squad? Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was like, holy shit, she should have wore that costume more often.
Oh, I just have a massive crush on Margot Robbie anyway, so I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a very beautiful woman.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she out from Australia too?
I believe Australia or New Zealand. I think
I'm not
Australia.
Yeah. It's like that accent. My ex-girlfriend was from Australia, so I love Australians. So I'm just like, oh.
Well, there you go. You can both dress up in full clown costume and just go at it.
Oh yeah.
You got something else, David?
Yeah. I want to know. Are you working on any new projects or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm still working on Nightwing right now. It's all fan made, so it's whenever we all can get together and actually film something,
Oh, nice.
which is which makes it difficult, But I'm also working on I can't really announce the name of the project yet, but it's coming on Hulu later on this year's animated series with a lot of big name talent attached to it. So I've done a few characters in that so far. So
Nice. Hell yeah.
yeah, it was an honor being just involved with this. Like, God, just like one person walked out of the booth, and I just kind of had a geek out moment when she walked out. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. I have to follow her.
Yeah, no shit, right?
A Broadway legend and also a film legend. And I was just like, oh my God. We all had like that moment right before we started filming my stuff. And I'm like, that was such and such. Yeah, okay. This is cool.
That's awesome.
I wish I could say who, but I'm like,
oh yeah,
contract
internally.
Old EAs.
I will definitely be keeping an eye out on Hulu.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It should be coming out in like September or October, I think. So yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Is my mic?
It's
Can
an
y'all hear me
animated.
good? Can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Whose turn is it, John?
You can start asking the chat questions now if you want.
Sure.
I'll sacrifice my turn.
I have like I think I have like
Little more water.
I got
Oh, wow.
I got like 2 questions, and one of them is kind of like the ice cream one. You get to find out what kind of person it is, what kind of person it is. Ice cream. So I'm going to go in the chat and start reading questions
Okay.
because you have quite a few to answer, sir.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Start all the way from the top. First of all, everyone loves the movie. Everyone loves Art the Clown.
Awesome.
That's all over the place. Everyone loves it.
Woo!
Let's see. People are saying that they prefer Art over Bill's Pennywise.
I think when Terrifier came out, I think it made the team that are working on It Chapter 2, I think it made them kind of shit themselves because It Chapter 1 wasn't as dark, wasn't as violent, wasn't as gory as everyone thought it was going to be. So I think once Terrifier came out, that's when the news came out that It Chapter 2 was going to be super dark.
I agree. I knew that too. I was like,
so you were a big part of that. That's really fucking cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
If only they would have put me in the movie.
I know,
Right?
So
Yeah, I originally wanted to be Richie Tozer, but they went with Bill Hader, so
no
Yeah.
shit. Damn, that'd have been a good choice.
Yeah. Oh, but Bill's fantastic for the part, though. I mean, like you couldn't find a better guy to play Richie.
We got Mike's Horn
mean,
Corner.
like-
He actually landed the first question. That's that I can go back. Any news or talks about Terrifier 2?
Yeah, we're there's not a whole lot going on right now. Like Damien's in the process of writing it, but we definitely intend to make a sequel. We have a lot of good ideas planned for art. I think we want to bring in a good protagonist too into this, because I think like Joker needs his Batman, art needs his rival to go up against, go toe to toe with. So yeah, we definitely want to incorporate that more, a little bit more of a story this time. Also, maybe delve a little bit into his past, but not reveal everything.
Cool.
Yeah, because I think part of the fun of the character is that mystery behind him, who and what he is.
Agreed.
So yeah, but yeah, we're just hoping like now that it's building traction, that maybe we can get some studios behind us this time, which would be great. Give us a bigger budget.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We got Michael Viegas.
I agree.
This one of our subscribers, Michael Viegas, says, David, you did such an amazing job as art. Freaked me the fuck out. Can you shout him out, Michael Viegas? He's had your fucking picture on his profile YouTube deal since I can remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
Mind shouting out Michael Viegas?
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Yeah, ever since I've known his profile.
Thanks for being a fan, man. Appreciate it.
Let's see. All right, we got from Larry Merrick, one of our real good friends. He says, "How long was the makeup process, and how many times did it smudge and have to be touched up?"
Oh God, yeah, that was usually like a 3 to 4 hour process putting all that on, because Damien had to glue all of that to my face.
Shit.
And he would also have to leave me to go set up shots and go film scenes and stuff like that. So sometimes I would be in that chair for a good 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how the night was going. Yeah. And the thing was, what they had to touch up the most was around my mouth, because the false teeth that I was wearing would make me drool a lot. And so the makeup around the mouth would always get messed up and stuff like that.
Okay. And another one from Larry Merrick. He says, "Was there a deleted scene of him actually in the bathroom writing on wall with shit?"
No.
Right, Larry,
been
that was a
great.
myth. Larry.
I think we wanted to, but we just didn't have time to actually do that.
All right, from Brian Minnick. Says, "Al, can you make sure to ask him where can we get a print of Art the Clown autographed?"
Well, right now, unfortunately, I'm only doing autographs at conventions and stuff like that. Because I don't have a post office box set up yet, because those things are so expensive and stuff like that. So I unfortunately realized that it's not a good idea to give out your personal address.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that, unfortunately, anymore. I would love to. But yeah, so right now, until I get a post office box set up and stuff like that, I'm just doing autographs at conventions and stuff like that. So that's probably your best bet to get one, unfortunately. I would love to, though. It bugs the heck out of me.
The same guy, Brian Minnick, that asked that question. He does really good custom figures. I've seen him on Facebook. He says, "Art, I will do a custom of Art the Clown. If you can, once again, send me your fan somehow, some address he can send it to, he'd be honored to do it." He's actually a great artist, does custom stuff.
He's made an Art the Clown before, and it was fantastic. It was one of our friends. He sent it to him, and it came with a backing card and the plastic cases and stuff. And it was sick, man.
Wow.
So the link.
Well, Brian
Cool.
Minnick, you can look David up on Instagram at David Thornton Howard, right?
David Howard Thornton.
David Howard Thornton. You can look him up on Instagram. You can personal message him, see maybe I can figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're live, and I don't want him to give her his address.
Yeah,
out.
don't do that.
We're gonna have some visitors in the morning.
Oh, I know.
Oh
God.
Some clown visitors.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color, I go between red and green, like hunter green.
Nice.
Market.
I dig red.
Yeah. Red was always my favorite color growing up, and now I'm getting older. I kind of like hunter green as well.
Brian Minnick also says, "Are you ever going to be at any cons near New York City?"
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you going to be at any cons near New York?
I'm going to be at the Paracon up in Buffalo in August, at the end of August.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Let's see this from Shadow Perfection. Do you have any other talents aside from acting?
Yeah, I play piano actually.
Oh,
Not like professional level, but just for my own amusement and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually would love to incorporate like me playing piano in like one of the films in the future.
That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Embalmist says, David, how stoked are you for our premiere of Terrifier in Nashville, Tennessee next Friday?
Oh, I'm very stoked. Very, very stoked.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I wish I could watch it in fucking theaters.
Yeah, I wish I could get in there.
Michael Villegas, he said, did you scare any people off set while you were in your art makeup?
Yeah. Like no one in our like cast and crew, but there was just like one night. It's like my favorite story from the set was they were filming one of the scenes I think with Jenna that night, and so I was just waiting there in the makeup room, and I hear these two ladies arguing on the street out of my window. So I go over there, and I forget I'm covered in blood, and I have all the makeup on already, and I'm just watching this argument unfold. And like one of them looks up at me and sees me, and like freaks out, and they go running off.
Gone.
About 15 minutes later, like my producers and Damien come in like, Dave. So you're gonna love this. We got some people that want to meet you outside, but don't come out till we tell you. I'm like, okay. And we had this like big huge roll up garage door. So they're on the other side of it, and they're like, hey Dave, coming out. So I roll up the garage door, and there's about 10 to 15 like New Jersey police officers in full-on riot gear standing out there waiting for me.
What?
And I'm like, what's up, guys? Like, my voice was up like 5 octaves.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, they just died laughing. Like, we would have shot you on sight, man.
Oh,
You better be
shit.
fucking glad you didn't come out here first.
Damn. Can you
And I'm like, I
fucking
believe you.
All right, this
And
is
they're like, they're all getting their pictures made with me and stuff like that. There's this one guy that was so afraid of me though. He would not come anywhere near me. I'm like, dude, you've got like an assault rifle on. You're okay. Like I just can't. I just can't. Like even one of them offered, like, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he offered to like bring us a body from the station.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, that would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I hope he was joking. But it's New Jersey, so you never know.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see. We got one from Edgar Sanchez. He said, David, is there any particular horror movie that you find incredibly disturbing and hard to watch?
I had a hard time with the Hostel movies.
I can see that.
Especially the one bit with the eyeball. I just like, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, you don't like eye stuff.
I just can't with that kind of stuff. I was like, because that wasn't, to me, the Hostel movies weren't like true horror films. That was just like pure on torture porn.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, we have like torture porn, I guess you would say in ours, but ours is also a big, huge, slasher flick, cat and mouse game. There's more going on there than just like, okay, let's just torture people. So yeah, I would say just basically Hostel. I just didn't care for those.
Okay. And I got a question here from Brian Minnick again. Now this is going to be probably the most asked question ever. What is your favorite horror movie? If you have to narrow it down to one.
Oh boy.
It's like picking your favorite child. It's never easy.
No, it's
That's
pretty easy.
hard.
It's pretty easy.
It's easy for you,
That's
Al,
hard.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Because I have to choose between my three favorites because they're all different and great in their own way.
Well, you know what? Go ahead and tell us.
I would say though, I would say,
you can say all three.
Third
because
Night
my
in
question was
Street
gonna be-
movie.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
you
I'll
can
say
all
the
three.
third Nightmare on Elm Street movie would be
Okay.
my favorite because that one had more of an impact on art as a character and stuff like that. But my other two favorites, I would say, would be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Omen.
The Omen's good.
We have a Texas Chainsaw Massacre hater with the hat, the Mexican.
Yeah, not me.
He
I'm not the
fucking
Mexican.
hates it.
The mic's off.
Uh-oh.
I have a bad habit of that too as well. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the movie, and I live in Texas, so I get all kinds of shit for it all the time.
David,
I'm the same way about Sweet Home Alabama. I hate that song. I'm like, people are always like, "Oh, you're from Alabama. You must love this song." I'm like, I fucking hate this song.
I know that feeling, man. Is your favorite movie Braveheart?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Can you say?
Oddly enough, dude, I'm actually related to Longshanks and Andrew Murray.
Really?
Yeah.
The tennis player?
No, like from Braveheart fame.
I was like, you're really Andy Buddy? Holy shit. That's cool.
Yeah, he's like my great something grandfather, I guess.
That's cool.
All right, so there's one question left. One. As far as I know, I'm scrolling down, updating. So I got one. Apparently, one of these Larry's going to be there at the convention at Cult Classic. What are you charging for autographs over there? Any idea?
Oh boy, I'm thinking I'm probably going to be charging around like $25.
Shit.
Damn, that's fucking good.
Yeah. I guess that's the convention thing's new to me, so I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out because I don't want to overcharge people stuff. It's like
so I've been to Texas Frightmare twice so far, and I noticed every time I go, because right now I would say you're pretty much someone like probably the go-to table that I know so far over there. So 25 is actually an amazing price. You're gonna have a fucking line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'll be in that line.
Don't quote me on it yet because I don't know. I still got to figure this stuff out. But I'm like, I don't want to charge too much for these people because I've gone to conventions myself, like for like Comic Cons and stuff like that, and you already pay a lot to go in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's like people, I don't want to charge too much for people that have already paid just to come in.
25,
but
between 25
I don't want to
and
charge
30
too
bucks.
little and not make money. So it's like, it's a complicated scenario.
Yeah, it really is. Like I would say between 25, 30 bucks, that's like a great price.
Oh yeah.
Like how much?
Amazing. 25, 30 bucks, that's like fantastic.
Okay.
I would, in my personal opinion, I don't know about everybody else, but in my opinion, that's like great.
Because from my experience from Texas Frightmare, the one place that I wanted to hit up but was so busy was Doug Bradley. Doug Bradley is 45 for an autograph and a picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to meet this guy. Kane Hodder's like 45 with for an autograph and a picture. Like, and these guys have been around for 20 years.
Fucking 30, 40.
So I mean, like,
so they charge both for picture and autograph combined. Do they also have like a price just for autograph or?
Yeah, it's typically like $5 for like $5 extra. So it's like 40 for an autograph, and then 45 for a picture for like a table selfie they call it. I fucking hate that one.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Table selfie.
Table
Gotcha.
selfie,
I
man.
might,
especially
I might
when you
bump it up
write
maybe to 30. I don't know. I still got to figure this out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to get too, it's just like, because I'm doing this for the fans too. Because I'm like, the fans are the ones that have made this movie a success. I'm like, we barely got any mainstream press coverage at all
Yeah.
for this thing. Like, still like IGN and like E and Entertainment Weekly and all, they haven't said anything about it. So it's like the only reason we're a success is the fans themselves just getting the word out and stuff like that. So, I want to do something just to thank them at least. I don't want to gouge them.
Right.
Don't want to gouge their eyes out.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I'm gonna commend you real quick. Terrifier kind of blew up in like an indie sort of way, but even more now, I would say. And you're still super fucking humble. I want to like say that's amazing because people get in your situation and the ego bounces off the fucking roof. Everything is just like out of proportion, but you're keeping it really humble. That's awesome.
Cool.
You're
For real,
kidding.
dude.
This is crazy.
Because
This is all new to me. So I'm like,
yeah, like we've talked to actors before. Like I don't want to say any names. Child's play. That's all I'm gonna say. And we've talked to actors, and they are fucking dickheads.
that's a shame. That's a shame. That really is a shame.
It
We had
really is a shame.
Because I know I've met a few actors like that way too, and it's just like, man, you gotta be like, cool with your fans and stuff like that, because those are the people that put you where you are.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone in the chat's gonna bring that up. Who I'm talking about?
There was a documentary that I saw years ago, and it was about the rise and fall of the slasher movie. I think it's called Going to Pieces. And right at the very end, they're talking about how slasher movies have been brought back by conventions and stuff like that. And Rob Zombie says one thing that stuck with me, and he's like, I've met famous people when I was a kid, before I was famous myself, and I know who was a dick to me, and I know who is cool. So, I mean, that's 20 seconds of your life, but for them, that's their lifetime. They're always going to hold on to that memory. So I think that speaks volumes.
Oh yeah,
Zombie's cool.
because I've been on that side too, where like even going to like some of the Broadway shows here in New York, going on like I want to meet such and so, and I wait at stage door, and this person just blows by everybody, and I'm like, well, that's we paid like over $100 to show up and see you, and at least you could have just said hi, thank you, or something like that.
Yeah. Like for example, Text Frightmare again. There was I saw someone complaining on the interwebs, the internet. Clive Barker was there, and he was spin, and you had to spin a fucking grip to meet this dude, right? Well, I heard that he was a complete dickhead to this individual, and he was complaining like I spent like I forgot how much for the photo op. I think it was like $200 or something like that. And he was a dick the whole time, like rushing them in, rushing them out type of thing.
Yeah. That's a shame. Now, the one person I've heard from so many of my friends that especially got to meet him last year at Comic-Con here in New York was Mark Hamill, and they all said he was just wonderful.
I've heard that as well.
That he like took time with people and talked with them and stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool. He understands it.
Oh yeah, his career is built off of fans, because when Star Wars first came out, it was just kind of like they didn't know where it was going to go, and then it exploded. So he got got a career off of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
and I mean there's another Joker for you. Like he's another iconic Joker.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, fantastic.
My favorite version of the Joker.
Hey, where's this convention at, David?
Bastrop, Texas.
How far is Bastrop?
Yes.
How far is Bastrop from me? Would you say?
So you're 3 hours from me, maybe a couple of hours, hour and a half.
I think I want to go. When is it again? In August?
That one's going to be, I think, the final week of September.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like the guy that owns the gas station for Texas Chainsaw Massacre runs the convention too. So he's got a lot of people from like Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming, He's also doing a big clown theme, so I think he's got Billy Pond coming out, and some other people from Circus of the Damned and stuff like that.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The one person from any Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that I want to meet is Caroline Williams.
Yeah.
She's like wine, man. Yeah.
Do y'all have any more questions for the dude? I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm out as well. I'm tapped out.
Looking in chat, see if there's any more.
So yeah, we'll also leave David's Twitter and Instagram. Is there any other like social media websites that you would want people to go and check out?
Yeah, just like my YouTube page too. I think it's all under
Okay, fuck yeah.
Howard Thornton and stuff like that. So yeah,
Cool.
I have a few videos up on there I did a few years ago just for shits and giggles.
Awesome.
What's your YouTube name? I'm about to go do some stuff on.
Yeah, it should be David Howard Thornton on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it. I subscribed to it because when I did a review of Terrifier when it came out. Like I was super stoked to do it.
Yeah, I remember your review too.
And you'd commented on it. I was like, I'm gonna check and see if this guy's got any videos, and that's where I saw the Let It Be, and it was awesome. So I'll check that out.
Is this the real David?
I loved your review, by the way. It was great.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. It's like you're helping us get the word out, so that's it's like I appreciate it.
His mic got muted.
Yeah, I hit the space bar.
Uh-oh.
Good old spacebar.
Yeah. At least I didn't stop the broadcast this time.
Oh yeah.
So,
You're not in shadow this whole entire time like I am. I'm like,
it looks good though. It's like
I'm so mysterious.
It's kind of.
I look like one of those people in like those like news reports where they're trying to hide their identity.
They've sent you the voice where you sound like a robot.
Like a woman with a man's voice or something like that.
For this person's safety, we've had to hide their identity.
Yeah.
You got that fucking robot voice.
Hi, this is.
Yeah, you're snitching on people and stuff. That's fine. Well, that's the hour we had, John.
Wow, that was fast.
Quick. Fuck
it
yeah.
was fast.
But it was good though. We had a great time.
Yeah. Great time. Good oldies.
Yeah.
Awesome having you on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. This is fun.
It's been great talking to you, man.
Yeah.
So much fun. Is there anything you want to say to the people in the chat or watching? It's been consistently like between 20 and 30 people.
Yeah, just, I just want to just say a big thank you to every single one of you who have come out and just supported the movie. I mean, like, it's like I said before, this thing would not have been such a success if it were not for all of you. It's just like you have like surpassed our expectations of what we thought this movie was going to be. So it's all because of you guys. So thank you from like the very bottom of my heart.
And everyone is saying that you're awesome.
Yeah. You got some fucking diehard followers, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for Terrifier 2 to come out.
Yes,
Oh, I can't wait to jump back into the shoes again.
I'm excited as well. Like the first one blew me away. So the second one's just like you. The second version is gonna have big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah, that's what's been scaring Damien and I. We're like, oh shit, how are we gonna surpass some of this stuff? But we've got some fun ideas. Like we'll constantly like just text each other like, hey, I came up with this fun idea for a kill or something like that. So we're like, oh, okay, cool. We'll see what we can do with it.
Brilliant.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. And you being our first guest, that's fantastic, man.
Really no problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, that's it for the show. I appreciate everyone coming in and kicking it with us.
Yes, thank you everyone for watching. We'll have a show tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same time, same place. See you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.
And have a good evening.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.